Hey, hey, happy Thrive Thursday, Success and Fulfillment Circle family. I am so excited to be here with you on another amazing Thursday. And as September has just been totally getting away from us, and we only have one full week left of September, how crazy is that? I thought that it was a really good time for us, especially in our business, being super busy as we've ramped back up in September and continue to over these next couple of months. Um, Talking about something that is near and dear to my heart and that we've talked about in different ways, like about time management and things like that. But today, specifically, I wanted to share some points around staying consistent during busy times. Um, and so I got a few of these points actually specifically from some of the Marie Forleo trainings that I've done. As you guys know, I do a few different trainings. This is from the B School that I've done with her before, but a few of these were segments that I thought that you guys would find really helpful in staying consistent in your life and business during busy times. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you these 5 steps, and the first one being keeping your eye on your why. So again, something you guys have heard me talk about before is knowing your why. Why is it you're doing what you're doing? Um, and why are you committed to this? Why is it so important to you? And again, it's not those surface level things about, oh, I just want the money, oh, I just want to get the numbers, oh, I want to be top agent. Yeah, okay, there's these couple of things, but like when you really dig deeper, that like 7 levels deep that I've talked about before as well, keep asking yourself that why 7 times to those different answers. Really get into why is it that you're doing what you're doing? What do you feel purposefully is the reason that you're doing these things? And I say this again, not trying to sound like a broken record, but I say it because it's easier to stay consistent and do things during busy times, the things that you know are important during the busy times, and to be able to prioritize what's important during the busy times when you know why you're doing it. Because if you ask yourself why you're doing each of these things, it's easier for you to prioritize those tasks, right? Excuse me. So that's step number one. Step number two, pick your battle. And you will notice that I said this singular, battle, and not battles, because you don't want to be choosing 10 battles that you want to fight at one time. You would just be extending yourself too thin, especially, like I say, we're talking about during busy times. Um, and there was actually a study that was done that was shared during this training that I did, that talked about doctors recording um, the difference with people when they were trying to quit smoking and quitting sugar, whether they did that individually or at the same time. And statistically, if you tried to quit smoking and quit sugar at the same time, you're actually more likely to fail at both and go back to both. And I say that because when our focus and our stress levels are kind of like dispersed in too many ways and spread too thin, like you say, we're fighting too many battles. We don't have enough energy and resources within us to really fight the important battle in front of us. So I want that to be an important reminder for you guys. Choose your battle, your one battle during your busy times. So that's step two. Step three is schedule it. So again, something that is very, I think, like undervalued is putting everything in your schedule, but you've got to put time in for what's important, and it's not just going to happen. You're not just going to wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, you're right, I should spend these 2 hours on this, what's important to me, right? No, you got to get that in your schedule ahead of time so that you can feel better about how your day is really going to flow, and then you know what your up and down times are kind of throughout that day also. And another quote that I thought was helpful in this was Steve Covey, which had said, don't prioritize your schedule, schedule your priorities. So again, I think that makes it so much easier during busy times, because when you can really, like I say, going back to number one, dig into what your why is and figure out those important things in your life right now, and then scheduling those priorities. And it's easier to do that, ahead of time rather than throughout the day, because let's be honest, we all have things really thrown at us throughout the day, every day. So let's plan for the unexpected, and let's get those priorities in our schedule ahead of time before those things are thrown at us, and then we'll know what additional stuff we can or cannot take on, because we've already committed to the stuff that we know is so important. Um, so that was number three. Number four is ignoring the voice of doubt. And this goes back to something that I say pretty regularly as well. Um, that is, stop negotiating with yourself. And we all need that reminder. I know I need that reminder sometimes. Sometimes maybe you wake up in the morning and you're saying, I don't feel like it. Do I want to get up that early? Whether it comes to stuff in your business, or it's like exercise or grocery shopping in advance for the right things, because if not, you're going to binge out on the wrong stuff. So I say that because whatever it is for you, whatever that battle, whatever it is that's important to you right now in your life and business, you need to ignore that voice of doubt, because it's always going to be there. It's always going to come. You've got to be able to point it out and say, I knew you were going to come. I knew that voice was going to come, but not today, because I have already prioritized these things and I'm not negotiating with myself today. So that's number four. Number five is catch that wagon. And I really like this one because it talked a lot to that when you fall off the wagon, right? We're talking about busy times again, how to stay consistent during busy times. And at the end of the day, there are gonna be times that we fall off the wagon. There are going to be times where we got so busy that maybe we weren't able to finish something in a time that we thought we were going to. Maybe we weren't able to make it to all the things we wanted to, or whatever those commitments are for you, there's gonna be times where you fall off the wagon. But instead of completely throwing everything out the window and being super hard on yourself and judging yourself and feeling that guilt and that shame, because let's be honest, as high achievers, that's what we like to do to ourselves. We like to beat ourselves up sometimes, right? When we do fall off the wagon, and I think it keeps us off the wagon a lot longer than necessary. So I say that because you gotta catch that wagon. You gotta just, once you fall off of it, you gotta just run up to it and catch it. As soon as you can, catch yourself, get back, and just run up to it, and like I say, don't guilt or shame yourself for having fallen off of it. Just remind yourself you can always get back on it. It's your choice to run back towards that wagon. So just get back on it and don't be hard on yourself. So those are those 5 points. Like I say, today I really wanted it to be a somewhat quick Thrive Thursday training reminder for you guys, about, these busy times and staying consistent during those busy times, and kind of the best things that have really helped me in those ways, which is, like I say, keeping your eye on your why, pick your battle, schedule it in, ignore the voice of doubt, and catch that wagon. And one of the quotes that I'll go ahead and end with too, that was from Marie in the trainings, was, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. So we love talking about success and fulfillment here in the Success and Fulfillment Circle. And look, success comes from what you do consistently. So don't be hard on yourself, like I say, when you fall off that wagon, but be as consistent as you can. And you can only do that by following the best possible framework that you can for yourself. Stay engaged, stay with the group, stay motivated, and reach out to me in whatever ways that I can help, and the other members of this group. That's what we're here for. So otherwise, I would love to hear any other comments or suggestions that you have of things that help you stay consistent. What helps you be more consistent? What kind of processes do you have, or things like that? I would love to know if there's anything that you feel that I missed off of this list that would be helpful for me and the group. But otherwise, like I say, just continue to do your best, guys. I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing, and just wishing you continued peace and progress as we move through the rest of this month. I can't wait to talk to you more. All right, have a great one. Chat soon.